when I was growing up, you couldn't bring a white girl home.
Is that so?
100%. My parents didn't say anything, but culturally, peer pressure, you couldn't bring a white girl home. You crazy.
I don't know. It's 2023. I don't know that I've had any of my friends say anything negative or like, have a rude comment to make about the fact that I'm married to a black man.
Interracial dating. Let's talk about it. This video is brought to you by Tatum Plus, ladies and gentlemen, my brand new platform. Me and the wife, we do a podcast on relationships, and it's obviously on Tatum Plus, but we want to show some of what we do right here on YouTube. So check it out. If you like it, join Tatum Plus. You can see all of our other episodes. I think we got like 10 episodes out right now, and we talk about everything. So the link is in the description section. Tatum Plus is only $5.99. If you get it for the whole year, it's less than $5.99 a month. That's less than $1 a day. I mean, it ain't even close to that. That's less than 50 cents a day. Anyway, roll the film.
The first topic, which my wife came up with, is the interracial dating. Now, people have a lot to say about interracial dating in America. I have a lot of experiences where there have been conflict as a black man dating a white woman. I mean, you can go to the last post we did on Instagram and somebody said, I knew his wife was white, which is insane to me.
White.
But what, what's your thoughts on interracial dating? Like, do you get conflict? I mean, do people on the white side or some of your white friends, do you have issues with people disowning you or saying something negative on social media because you date a black man?
No.
Or not date, you're married to a black man. You went all the way.
And I've got a
black man name.
I've got a mixed child. No, I mean, if anyone did have a problem with it, they certainly wouldn't say it to my face. But no, I don't. No, it's 2023. I don't know that I've had any of my friends say anything negative or like, have a rude comment to make about the fact that I'm married to a black man.
I had
only on the internet. Have groypers said anything?
I had one girl that was my friend, and we had been intimate at some point in the past when we were in high school. But she was supposed to be my friend. She got mad at me because I had a baby with a white girl, my oldest son. And she had nothing but negative things to say about me and how you didn't give me a chance, but you want to be with a white woman. And then later in life, I seen her. She came through Arizona to go to California, and she stopped by to say hi. We went to eat, and there was some white girls sitting in they were like out in the outside seating. Mm-hmm. We go to eat, and she just being messy. You like white women, like these basic white women. Look, they just basic. Becky just basic. And in my mind, I'm like, it would be bizarre if a white person said that about a black person. Look, she ghetto. She look at all that nappy hair she got in her head. It probably took her 40 minutes to get ready to put all that weave in there. and the girls look like they had been walking around and hiking in a new environment. And so to me, they didn't look basic. It looked like they working out and being healthy and taking care of themselves. And meanwhile, she think it's okay that she put up all that makeup on. She ain't worked out not one time. And she got a Fendi on and all this old designer clothes. Like, anyway, she quit being my friend. Mm-hmm. One, because I supported Trump. But then another one was that I'm dating white women is her problem.
It was because because you've dated black women.
I did. At one point, I never dated a white girl. I was never going to date a white girl.
So do you think she was more upset with the fact that you would date a white girl, that you did date a white girl, or that you just didn't want to be with her?
Nah, it was that she was upset that I didn't want to be with her, but I'd rather be with a white girl. She would have been okay if I'd been with another black girl. But the fact I went to a white girl was a conflict. I'll tell you this. I made a video. You may not remember this video because this is way before you and me. Made a video on my YouTube channel and said why black men
Oh,
date
I
white
remember
women
this video.
instead of black women. And of course,
Clickbait.
the title was clickbait.
Yeah.
But I had the conversation about
People still bring that video up.
they still talk about because they didn't watch the whole video. And what I broke down in the video was culture. You know, when I was in college, it came down to culture. And this is why a lot of black men date white women. It's not because of race. It's literally culture and convenience and maybe proximity. Because when you're a black conservative, what are your options? You go to CPAC, you go to conservative events. you and 3 other people, the only black people there.
Yeah.
And so your options, and you go to college.
Do you think that if you went to a black college or a college in a city with
Yes, I would
black,
have
you
married
would've-
I would have married a black woman.
yeah, so
When I was growing up, you couldn't bring a white girl home.
is that so?
100%. My parents didn't say anything, but
Yeah.
culturally, peer pressure,
Yeah.
you couldn't bring a white girl home. You crazy. When I went to at my high school, at Dunbar High School, we had one dude date a white girl. He actually killed himself. I don't know if he killed himself because he was getting bullied from dating that white girl or he had something else going on. But the only dude in the school dating a white girl killed himself.
Yep. Yeah.
You would get humiliated if you date a white girl. It was crazy. So my whole high school life, I never even looked at a white girl.
Yeah.
And it was rumored, black people let me say this. Black people have a very negative perspective of white people to start with.
I read the comments section.
So we were growing up, it was just like white people are nasty. They got lice in their hair. They ain't got no booties. They ain't got no culture.
That's what black people think about us?
That's what black people think about when they live in a black neighborhood. They think that. When I went to college,
What y'all be thinking?
when I went to college, close your ears, baby. When I went to college, I was like, dang, white girls got bodies too.
all those
I don't know if they were getting BBLs or what, but I'm like, what the? But anyway, it began to open my eyes up to being open-minded because I was in college. There was no options. And all the black girls had dated all the dudes on the football team. So you ain't had no options, not unless you double dipping. You know what I mean? But, it opened my mind when I went to college. And of course, I got saved and everything. And so it really opened my mind to say, man, I don't care nothing about color, man. I like the person for who they are. If we vibe together, if they're Christian, whatever the case may be, I was open to it, which led me to dating outside of my race. And even then, I still dated black women. From my first son all the way to us getting married, I dated black women. It's just that it never worked out. Are you mad? I'm just playing.
No, I'm not mad.
I wish Umar Johnson was on the panel right now, and I was just playing.
Why?
Umar Johnson was sitting he was on some panel on, I forget the guy's name. He's a rapper, Joe Budden. He's on Joe Budden's podcast, and Umar Johnson is just ripping about black men dating white women, and that when you date a white woman, you buy into their culture. And he was getting mad at Kobe Bryant because Kobe Bryant left his money to his wife that wasn't black.
Who's he supposed to leave it to?
I don't know. He's supposed to give it to Umar Johnson, I guess.
It's then going to go to his daughters who.
Right. You know the funny thing is that he come up with this whole thing that, well, you leaving it to your non-black community. It's like, yeah, but the same mixed kids, they call them black. So technically Kobe Bryant created black kids. Even though he was with a non-black woman, his kids are still black.
Yeah.
So technically his wealth is passed down to black people.
Yeah.
But Umar Johnson can't make that argument because he got to make it about race. But he had really criticized and said that black men shouldn't date white women. You're betraying your own people.
Like, why is that acceptable? And for, Louis Farrakhan, he's invited to the White House, totally fine. White devils and all that. But if a white person were to say the same thing, the equivalent, whites need to stick together. Don't cut this clip for social media. Okay, out of context. Whites need to stick together. Don't you know what I mean? Like, don't you race mix? Like, that wouldn't be completely unacceptable in 2023. So why is it only okay in one direction?
That's weird.
Why is it
weird.
why is that okay? But anyway, no, I don't care. And it's not new to me. My ex-boyfriend, my longest relationship, we were on and off for 5 years. He was from LA, and
Is that lame dude that messaged
and
me?
he yes,
Oh my God.
and
that's so lame.
he wasn't really into politics. I've always been into politics, and he, after a few years was kind of like, you know what I mean? I can't really like bring you around because like your politics are like problematic. And he used to say the same thing, like, you can't bring a white girl home, and like it just makes me uncomfortable, and basically like you're too white, and like
I'm gonna tell you this.
never ever ever was my family like, don't bring him around, he's too black. Don't bring him around, he's not white enough. My family was like, oh, where is he? We love him. Like,
Black people,
it's bizarre to me.
black people are far more racist than white people are.
I would agree.
I know people don't like to hear
Yeah.
me say that, but white people do not spend their days thinking about black people.
No.
And even if white people were to have an opinion about their daughter or somebody dating a black guy, they would not dare open
No.
their mouth to say anything about it.
No.
Black people don't hold back at all. In the comment section, you Uncle Tom, Ruckus, Coon sellout, you dating a white woman,
yeah.
bunny hopping. They saying all kinds of stuff with no recourse.
Yep.
And the ability to say that as a victim class, when you become a victim class, you can say whatever you want because you're the oppressor. You're being occupied.
Yeah.
So
They
they
say
have the ability to say those things, and it encourages more racial tension and racism.
No, totally. And then dare you not say anything back and respond? You know what I mean? And then it's like, so.
Yeah, I mean, so
But I mean, I don't care. These people don't pay my bills. I don't. I don't care.
right. But when you were growing up, was there a sentiment? I don't know if I missed that in that conversation. Was there a sentiment in the community you grew up in that it was somewhat taboo dating outside of your race?
No, not really. I mean, like, we were all like, I mean, I grew up in a fairly small town, and like we all hung out together. We were all friends. We had
How many
white
black people
friends,
live there?
black friends. I mean, I don't know the percentage.
I mean,
but
just like, was it a lot or was it a little bit? Was it like 5 dudes, 5 families, or?
no, it was more than that. But like when we would have a party, you know what I mean? Like, you go to a party and it would be like, I mean, at least half the athletes were black, but like everyone would be there, and like everyone was friends with everybody, and you know what I mean? Like Marie went to, you know what I mean? Like we'd all go to the dances and proms together. Like, I don't know, it wasn't. And then I went to college in San Diego where like it certainly didn't exist. Everyone was friends with everyone. Like, so I don't know.
Maybe
It was not until I moved to LA and went to the one church, the black church, where I was like, oh, it's still like this? Black people and white people don't get along? Like, oh, I didn't know that. And I was like 34 maybe. And I
It's
was
crazy.
like,
You know, I hate to say it, and I
was
know
wild.
I sound like an Uncle Tom
Yeah.
sellout, but black people are, you know, it's just not the same. I'm learning over time. It's not the same, and I hope that people realize that black people need to stop being so racist when it comes to white folks and interracial dating, because we think, and I know it's wrong, we think black people, when you date, the ones that are woke, I'm sure your ex thought the same thing. He probably mentioned it a few times. We think that when we walk in somewhere, white people are looking at us weird.
Oh, yeah.
But they ain't. But when you walking, black women are looking at you weird.
Yeah.
They heated. I can see it.
Well, when I'm like with you.
When you with me,
yeah, you can feel it.
we were at the Princess.
Feel it.
I can feel it. I can feel the heat in the air. I'm walking and these black girls like.
Do you think you can really feel it, or are you projecting and they don't really
I think,
care?
I may be projecting. I don't know. Because I don't really know what they feel like on the inside. But I see them looking like, I kind of feel them looking. Because they looking at you and they looking at me and like, yeah, he's one of them. You go to any podcast, black women are talking like this already about how men date white women. And it's like, they think it's like we're betraying them. But at the end of the day, people just want love.
I feel like I only feel the heat, and this could be like projecting, but I feel like I only feel the heat and like a long stare or a dirty look or when like people, and I don't have it on now because I was getting ready and then snuck out of the house, but when I have like my wedding ring on, which is a nice large ring,
You're welcome.
or like we're getting in, you know what I mean, out of a nice car, or like, you know what I mean, like have a nice bag. I feel like that's when it's like, oh, he got money, and so now he wants to be with a
Yeah.
white girl. I can like, that's when I feel like awkward. But if it's just, if we're at the gym, you know what I mean, and it's like whatever. But I feel like it's only when it's like, oh, he got some money.
See, what I'll say this, and
That's
then
like the only time I've ever like seen in public a stare or a, you know.
I'll say this, and this is just true story. When me and you go to places that are all white, I don't think not one time about us being together.
You don't think that the men are gonna like pull their hoods up front of the table and,
When we yeah, the clans hoods.
and carry you out?
When I go around black people, I feel a certain way because I'm like,
Like we go to Texas and visit your family, and
not my family,
no, not your family, I know, but like when we're in a black area.
Yeah, I feel weird. I'm like, dang, these dudes judging me, boy. I know they judging me, and they may not be judging me.
Square.
But when we go to a black, they like, he one of them. You know, I
Carlton.
swear I feel that way. I swear I feel that way. I was
So
gonna.
you do
Am
feel
I
a
lying?
certain way.
Am I lying?
Oh, look at his face.
No, no. If you go,
He lying.
if I go around
real, real black folk.
like primarily black folk stuff, and I bring this white one with me, which you feel like they gonna feel some type of way? It's gonna be awkward. Like, why they bring that white
Yeah.
girl up in here?
Yeah.
I bring you to a barbershop.
Oh. For sure.
True. I
I'm
believe
trying
that.
to think, if I had to bring like Caden or Bo to like a black barbershop, I think I might feel like a movie where like, and everything gets like silent.
Yeah, they're
I'm
like,
like, hi fellas.
brought the white, who let a snow bunny in
I
here?
need to get my black son's haircut.
But they
Can we
expect
get
you
a
to
high
come in
fade?
there.
Yeah.
Burst fade.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the other subject we were thinking
Yeah.
about.
So wait, so you do feel awkward?
No, I feel the pressure. I feel the pressure when I'm around nothing but black. When I'm in a,
Yeah.
like when I go around black family members, I feel the pressure. I don't know if it's subconscious from my childhood, or I feel the pressure. Like if me and you were to go to an all black church,
Yeah.
I feel the
Oh,
pressure.
yeah. Baby, I wouldn't. I
don't know if you feel it, but I feel it. I'm like,
when I went to church,
I'm
it
up
was
in
like,
here and I'm
oh,
with.
right. And I was like, oh, y'all, I'm like, oh, that's.
Because we'll stick out like a sore thumb.
Awkward.
We'll stick out like
Yeah.
a sore thumb.
Yeah.
And people.
Baby, I went alone and I stuck out like a sore thumb. There was probably like 4 or 5 white people at that church, and I was like,
No. And all y'all was just the black people standing up and shouting, and all y'all was doing this, just sitting down, waving your hands. Did you get up and participate? Did you get up and
They'd be
participate?
like, gone, and I'd be like, why are they yelling at church? Shh. He's.
I remember
speaking.
I dated 2 white girls that I took to my church, and I feel bad for them. Because we were a small church, all
Oh.
black, and they were charismatic, speaking in tongues. And them white girls ain't never been to a church where they stand up at church.
No.
They get
They're
up,
silent in church.
amen, hallelujah. And they sitting there like, do I talk?
Even when I went to like the rock church, people don't really do that in rock. It's like the huge church. You like sit and you know, it's kind of like
The
where
rock
we
is
hang
like
out.
multicultural. It
No,
sounds
it
like.
is, but people weren't shouting and you know what I mean. Like you
Oh my
sit and
God.
listen, kind of like at Dream City. But when we went to one church, it was like,
White people. I've been to white church and black church. It's different. It's different.
it's different.
It's totally
Baby,
different.
could you imagine? Have you ever been to a Catholic mass?
Oh yeah, I did.
You
his
are-
his mom was Catholic. And
Coco's Catholic?
we went to.
I grew up Catholic.
We went
You
to-
are silent.
Oh, it was crazy.
church.
My daddy went to a Baptist church.
Yeah.
And Coco went to Catholic. And so one time we went to the Catholic church to do like a service with her on a Sunday. It was the craziest thing ever, baby, because first of all, we went down on our knees on those little benches like 100 times and nobody could talk. There was no music or nothing. And we were just like, what the? Daddy went to a Baptist church. Am I right? And that's all we knew when the service was about to end, because he'll be they play the organ and stuff. We like, oh, it's gonna be over. The Catholic church was just like,
Could you?
be like,
That has to be a skit somewhere where like you bring your black,
Oh, that'd be
husband or
hilarious.
boyfriend or girlfriend to the Catholic mass and everyone's like silent and he's like, preach, pastor. Could you imagine?
Oh, that'd be
And
embarrassing.
Everyone's like, oh my God.
hallelujah.
Oh, I'd be
Hallelujah.
mortified in the
Oh, they'll
Catholic
kick you out.
church. Mortified.
They'll kick your butt out. Anyway, let's go to the next topic.
Thank you guys for watching the video. If you enjoy my content, I guarantee you will enjoy Tatum Plus. Brand new platform that we just launched. Exclusive content, behind the scenes of speaking engagements, all the stuff you can't see on all of my social media platforms. We'll always have free content, but the extra stuff for people that really love my content will be on Tatum Plus. So go join Tatum Plus today.